So I don't have a fancy intro yet. I think once I have enough subscribers, once we pass the 1,000 mark, I'll get fancy and put music and a cool intro to it. But I'm not gonna do that just now. I don't have enough people really watching to put that type of work into it just yet. But here we are looking at my 125 gallon tank. Definitely need to do a little cleaning, but I would say it's not looking too bad. This is a side view looking inside the tank. We can see a couple of my fellas in there. We got our chocolate cichlid. We've got our giraffe cat. We've got a few Severums, red shoulder, green Severum as well. We also have who else can we see from this vantage point? I see our frontosa. There's our little frontosa there. He was like the size of a nickel, and he's growing pretty good. And I know you're not supposed to mix African cichlids, but I threw him in here, and he's been doing great. He's been really doing good. And as you can see, his fins haven't been nipped or anything like that. There's also a gold sum in here, green Terra. He's not the best looking gold sum that I've seen. I've seen a lot that look better at a young age. So I definitely don't know if this is a male or female. I don't see any nuchal hump forming at all. So it'll be interesting to see if he colors up or she colors up. Not sure. Better than what they are, but he was also pretty small, size of a nickel. I would say they're both about 4.5, almost 5 inches now. They're the only two fish that go at each other. As far as those two fish don't like each other. The gold sum and the Ferentosa, they do not like each other at all. As well as the red shoulder Severum and the green Severum don't like each other. Go figure. They those two lock into each other a lot, and the other two lock into each other a lot. So I'm trying to figure that whole problem out, but it's not quite going as good as I would like. They don't do it constantly, as you can see. They're kind of ignoring each other right now. The chocolate cichlid, for as much as I've read and heard, the chocolate cichlids aren't a problem. He's a problem. He's a big boy. He's almost done. I would say he's about 10 inches. He's about 10 inches. They max out or use around 12. So maybe another 2 inches he may put on. What I do like about the chocolates is their colors change. There are times where he's really dark, and there's other times where that green just really comes out in him, and that really light chocolate color comes out in him, and he looks really good. I have a couple of algae eaters in here as well, but they were supposed to be bristlenose algae eaters. They are not, as far as I can tell. If they are, please correct me in the comments. But I don't believe they're bristlenose algae eaters. They were very small when I got them, and they were in a tank marked as that, but I don't think they are. But they do fairly well in here. Nobody bothers them. They've been in here since they were really small, and they're starting to get a little size on them. They're not very big, maybe 3.5 inches. I'm quite shocked that nobody messes with them, especially the giraffe cat, he's about 15 inches long, so 14, 15 inches long. So he doesn't bother them, though. Although I do see him bully some of the other people in the tank. He can't bite anybody. He's got no teeth, but he will push them out of his way. Sometimes. So I wonder sometimes if he can see very well, because he's not good at getting the food. I drop worms in there sometimes, but he doesn't get any worms. He will get the floating food up at top. Here, look at these two. Here they are squaring off with each other. I don't know why they do. They don't tear each other up at all. There's no torn lips, no torn fins. So, but they love to flare those gills up at each other, and they just don't like it. This tank, I may take that very large piece of wood. Also, in that smaller piece of wood, it is hollow. There is a Raphael catfish that I've had for a long time in there that I never see. Every now and then he comes out and I go, oh wow, he's gotten big. He was also very small. So there's a Raphael catfish in here as well. When he does come out, that is the only fish the giraffe cat will actually go after. Everyone else in here, he just moves them out of the way if they're in his way or something. But he goes after that Raphael. So he'll be coming out soon and going into another tank. But he is in there, and he likes to hide in there. And every now and then he makes an appearance. I'm not sure how much longer the giraffe cat is going to be in this tank. He's growing pretty fast. You know, he's had a pretty good growth spurt. You know, here's another good look at that gold sum. Like I said, I've seen them really colored up at this size, and while he's starting to have a little color on his sides, he just really hasn't colored up. It could be the food. I may change his food and see what that does. But and here we have that chocolate cichlid. You know, he's a big boy. He's really thick, and I had 2 gold Severums in this tank, and I actually had to take them out because he, for whatever reason, does not like those 2 gold Severums. One of the gold Severums is definitely a male. I'm not sure. I think the other is a male as well. But he did not like them, and he would go after them, and he really did a lot of damage to their fins. So I moved them out and put them in another tank. But eventually, I think I am going to be taking the chocolate and the green terra out of here, and I also am going to at some point remove the Farantosa because I want to start a Farantosa tank. I'd love to get a good Farantosa tank. So that's it on the inhabitants. We'll talk about filtration another time. Down here we have 2 what are supposed to be live bearer, or I'm sorry, mouth brooding Severums. They have a pretty nice look to them. They've got a little red on the belly, some yellow in their body as well. They were sold to me as a pair. I don't think they are a pair. I haven't vented at all to try to see if they're male and female. They do hang together a lot. That could be that because they're the only fish in the tank. I did have another Severum in here with them at one point in time, but right now they're the only 2 guys in here. I really do like the look of them. They're a little too shy for me. I've had them now for, I don't know, a couple months. Well, more than a couple of months. I've had them since the summer. I'm sorry about the smoke detector there that's going off. I gotta change the battery. I'll do that right after this video. But as long as I stay away from the tank, and they're in the basement, so as long as I keep my distance away from these guys, they're pretty good. I will bring them up at some point in time and get them out of the basement. I was just hoping that having them down here they would breed, but of course they haven't. Well, that's all for now. Another tour coming soon. Check you then.